Hi guys. I think y'all should be higher, but we just gonna have to deal with this situation right that we got going on right here. Okay, so this is a live stream. I'm answering some questions from Instagram. So I'm gonna go ahead and start answering these questions that were left on Instagram. And I'm just gonna get right into it. This is just a live Q&A, which is why I'm at this weird angle. I'm trying to get my life. Hi, Annette. All right, so first question. Hi, Kim. Since the move to QA, you've lost some weight and look amazing. What's the secret to the weight loss, or is it just a change in environment, less stress? Well, I can say I 100% have no stress in my life right now, besides the regular things, like working for myself, and I have some health issues going on, but I don't have any stress in my life right now. So it could be because I don't have any stress, or it could be just because I know how to take great pictures. I don't know. I don't feel like I've lost any weight. I really can't give y'all any tips on weight loss. Health is important. My doctor just got on me the other day. He was like, you need to lose 15 more pounds for the health issue that I'm dealing with. So definitely health is important to me. I'm definitely not one of these people that's like, oh, fat power, fat positivity. There's nothing positive about being fat at all. It's a harder life. It's harder to find clothes. It's harder to walk upstairs. I know there's some fit fat people, but that's not the majority. That's like a myth. There's only a few people that are really fit and fat. And it seems like an oxymoron even saying it. But I'm very confident in myself, and I of course I want to be fit, and of course I want to lose weight, and thank you. Of course I want to lose weight, but I'm not actively trying to lose weight, but I am going to be actively changing my eating habits a little bit. And so, yeah, that's that question. Kim, is having kids out of the question for you? Ooh, personal question. Having kids, I don't know. This is a complex topic. I think my husband definitely would love to have kids. And ask me what day, ask me on a different day, like how I feel about kids. We just never had kids because it just never really was something that we focused on. I did randomly, like this was like a couple months ago, I had an ectopic pregnancy. It was a surprise pregnancy. It wasn't planned. And of course it was ectopic, so that pregnancy didn't go through. But when I found out I was pregnant, I was excited. We were excited. And then, when we found out it was ectopic, we were sad about it, but we got over it. And so now we're at the point where I want to be as healthy as possible. We may try, we may not. I can't really answer that. I don't know how I feel about children. I feel like I would be a great mom because obviously I'm an educator, I'm a teacher. But I also love the flexibility of not having children. I like to travel. I like to do what I want with my money, with my time. And I'm not pressed. Let's put it that way. But I think it's a great blessing. I'm the only one in my family who doesn't have children. So I do feel like an oddball a little bit. But I love kids, and I think they're a blessing from God. And if God wants that to happen in the next couple years, y'all will be the first to know. So no, it's not out of the question. It's just not something I'm pressed about. And I can't have kids and all that. I don't, I've never had any problems, or anything like that. But it's just, I don't know. Kids are a big responsibility. A big responsibility. Okay, the next question is, what is your opinion of the current hot topic in the United States regarding teachers having a gun in their classroom? Since you are a former teacher, I would like to know what you think. Okay, as far as the whole gun issue with teachers having guns in the classroom, I really don't know how I feel about that. I feel like that's weird. I don't know. I don't think that's a teacher's responsibility to have a gun and defend themselves and their students. Like, I don't feel like we should put that pressure on teachers to have to do that. Like, I feel I don't know, you guys, that's so unfair. It's so unfair on so many levels to require a teacher to do something like that. So I really don't know. I don't know. I don't agree. I don't think I agree. I don't think I agree. Yeah. I don't think I agree. I don't think I really want that. Because I don't think that's a teacher's responsibility to have to defend her class or his class. Like, why? Why do we have to do that? So, yeah, that's how I feel about that. All right, next question. Have you added any new decor to your living quarters since the apartment tour you shared with us on YouTube? Okay, so you guys, not really. I did get a dining room, like a coffee table that I absolutely love. But I haven't done much furniture shopping beyond that, just because, you know, my work with Naturally Fashionable and Blog with Kim has really been keeping me busy. But hopefully in the next month or so, or either I'm going to go back to America for about 2 months. So I might hardcore. I've been looking at furniture. I just haven't found the pieces that I want for my space. And I don't want too much furniture because, you know, this is not my permanent home. This may only be my home for, you know, however long we decide to stay. So I don't want to go crazy with the furniture. But yeah, I will do shopping. And once I get the place like how I want it, I'll do a decor thingy, a decor video of what I picked up. But I haven't bought much besides a coffee table. That's about all I've really picked up. We haven't really done any shopping. We've been looking, but we haven't like bought anything. Next question. Do you ever get tired of people commenting on your recent pics by saying, girl, you're slimming down, or you've lost weight? What's your secret? I always said, get moving and control what's going in your mouth to eat. There's no secret. Lifestyle changes. I've had this issue before, and it was irritating to some degree because it made me feel like I didn't always look good, or why must weight always be an issue just because I'm a plus size influencer? Just wondering your thoughts. Okay, so my thoughts, no, I'm not upset. I mean, I am a blogger. So I am an online business person. I'm an entrepreneur. I was an educator. A lot of people follow me for a lot of different reasons in a lot of different places. And I'm never offended when someone asks me a question unless they are deliberately trying to be rude. So if someone is deliberately trying to be rude, okay, yeah, I have a problem with that. But if someone is not deliberately trying to be rude to me, no, I don't have a problem with people asking about my weight loss. They obviously think I've lost some weight or see something that I lost weight, and you know, that's fine. Weight is an issue for a lot of people. You know, a lot of people are trying to get fit. They're trying to drop the pounds. You know, they want to be active, and that's an important part of a healthy lifestyle. So I don't have a problem with people asking me about my weight. Thank you. Yes, I enjoy Kuwait. You know, I think life is what you make it, and you know, there are beautiful parts of Kuwait, and there are other parts that I guess maybe people think are undesirable, but that's everywhere in the world. And I love Kuwait. I love being here. Me and my husband, we enjoy Kuwait. Thank you. Okay, next. Does it make you uncomfortable getting so much attention online? I hear many popular bloggers struggle with anxiety from so many eyes on them at all times. And this is from my girl, Lisa. How do I say this in a politically correct way? I just don't buy into the whole anxiety online, because you don't have to be online. You know, if you choose to put yourself online, we know what comes with being online. We know that there are trolls. We know that there are people who don't like us, who watch us anyway. We know people have an opinion about everything. Like, these are things that you know when you are online. So if you don't like being online, if you don't like people making smart comments, if you don't like it, that's not going to stop. Should people do it? No, people should not be all in your business and asking you inappropriate questions and calling you names and, you know, telling you what you should do with your life. You know, people should not be doing that. But at the end of the day, when you put yourself online, That's what comes with it, the good and the bad. So I don't really feel sorry for these influencers. I just think they want attention, because if the attention bothers you, get offline. I bet they won't do that. So I just think that, you know, it could be hard. I'm not saying it's not hard with people judging you all of the time. I'm just saying if you don't like it, don't do it. It's as simple as that. If it brings you too much anxiety where you feel you just can't cope with life, don't do it. Hi. Okay. Next. Okay, so this question is, of course it's tax time. I know you all have to file for last year because I know you all would have to file for last year because you were still residents. But what about this year? Will you have to file taxes? How will that work? I've been thinking about moving out the country, and your videos have been informative. Kuwait is a beautiful city. I never even considered it, but now I am. Okay, so as far as taxes are concerned, of course you still have to file your taxes. Now, I'm not a tax person, but I will say this. You can make up to a certain amount of money outside of the country without filing in the US. You can get it's an exemption, like some type of exemption you get. Once you make over that amount, then you have to file. But we will be filing our taxes regardless. We don't want to be in a situation where we go back to America and we're all messed up with taxes, and you know, because taxes is already an issue for a lot of people. A lot of us owe taxes or owe back taxes or whatever. So you do have to file your taxes, but you can make a certain amount of money that you don't have to claim in the US up to a certain point. And then once you get up to that point, then you have to file. So that's about it. So you just find a tax specialist out here. We found somebody that was recommended. We're going to get with that person, and they're going to help us file our taxes. So basically you have to they don't give like tax forms like that, but you can get like a printout of how much you made, and then you take that to your tax preparer, and they can handle your taxes for you. So yeah, you still have to handle your taxes, but you can make up to a certain amount of money. You can make up to a certain amount of money without claiming it, like filing US taxes. But like I said, I'm not an expert on that. That's why we have a professional handling that for us. All right. Next question. How long are you planning on living abroad? Is this temporary? Since living abroad, do you ever think you will relocate back to the US? Of course, eventually we will relocate back to the US because we're Americans. But when will that be? Unless the Lord speaks to our souls, I don't think that will be anytime soon. I don't. My quality of life here is way better. I do miss my family a lot. I don't think you can lose your citizenship. Have you ever heard anything like that, babe? Like staying out? Yeah, I don't think you can lose your U.S. citizenship. I don't think that's possible, huh? Yeah, because we were born in America, so you can never lose, your citizenship in a place that you were born. You know what I mean? So I don't know. My husband is here for a period of time for his contract, however long his contract is. And once his contract is up, we can decide if we're going to stay here in Kuwait, or if we'll try to Dubai, or I don't know. There are lots of places to go, but there is a push, and I know in Kuwait, to hire more local people, like more citizens of the country, and they're kind of trying to push back on the expats, the number of expats that are in this country. So I don't know how long the opportunity will present itself to even work here. So we'll see, but for right now, we're happy. Of course, we miss our families, but we have each other, and we're super happy here. So I don't know how long I'd live here. I think I would stay out the country personally, maybe up to 5 years, 4 or 5 years. And I think going back to America after that point would probably be good. But we'll see. Anything could happen. Okay, the next question is, have you or your husband dealt with any ill treatment while abroad because of your race or nationality? And how would such treatment measure up against treatment in the US? Okay, this is what I want to say about living abroad that I didn't know before living abroad. I think the US is the only place I feel like out of all the countries I visited so far. I visited how many countries so far? I visited 3 countries so far, and I live in Kuwait, and they were all Middle Eastern countries. So I'm curious to see what it's like in Europe because I haven't been to Europe yet. So we'll see what that's like. But my feeling is America focuses on race more than any other place in the world. I feel like African Americans focus more on race than anywhere else in the world. Even when I watch the world news, I'll see different things about race occasionally. But I feel like being in America, I've realized this for myself, that I thought about race way too much all of the time. Sometimes I think it was propaganda. Sometimes I think the media kind of makes people think a certain way, especially black people. I think we're exploited in the media. I think they try to use the race thing all of the time. And what I can say about living here is I never even really think about being black, to be honest with you. It's not like a thing for me or my husband. I think I said this in one of my previous videos. It's not a thing. Like, I've never been mistreated so far. And I've had surgery in this country. Yes, y'all. I actually had to have surgery. I hadn't even been here a year yet, and I've had to have surgery here in Kuwait. So I've had surgery. I've been in hospitals. I've been in high-end stores, low-end stores, malls, restaurants. I have never been mistreated, or I have never felt I was mistreated. And if I was mistreated or somebody had attitude, I didn't connect it to my race. So, or being black or being American. So I can't really say that I've ever experienced anything like that here. I haven't. And quite frankly, I don't even really think about being black. Like, even though I live in an area where there's not a lot of black people, like there are black Kuwaitis, but in the area I live in, I never really see a lot of black Kuwaitis. My area is populated heavily with Asians and Indians. And then when I go out, I see local Kuwaiti people. But I personally have never felt like I was mistreated due to race. And in the US, I don't feel like I'm mistreated in the US either. That's just me. I come from a family of educators. My dad has his doctorate. My grandfather was a teacher. You know, I come from an educated family full of people who have done great things in their life. There are always barriers in life, but I don't know if every barrier we have is due to race. I think like that's something people like to perpetuate, and I don't think it's healthy for our youth or our young people, telling them that because you're black, you're not going to be able to do this, or because you're black, people are going to mistreat you, or because you're like, no. So me personally, I don't feel like black people as a whole are discriminated against in the US. Like, I don't feel that way. I feel there are small incidences of people who go through some hard things, but I don't feel as a whole black people are discriminated against. I think that's something that the media likes to perpetuate, and that a certain party likes to perpetuate to get us to think that so that we can be fighting a cause that our ancestors already fought for us, that we don't need to fight anymore. So I don't feel I was mistreated in the US. So I can't really say, I don't compare it. I wasn't mistreated in the US. I'm not mistreated here. Pastor Hines asked me, do you have a relationship with Christ? Yes, I do. I am a Christian. I have a relationship with Christ. My relationship with Christ is very important to me. It's what keeps me alive. It's what keeps me thriving. It's why I don't care what people think. It's why I don't care, you know, if people think I should do this or I should say this, or if they like me or if they don't like me. I really don't care. The only thing I care about is that I'm walking in my purpose, doing what God would have me to do. If my husband loves me, my family loves me, I'm good. What shade are you in MAC foundations? I'm about an NW43 most of the time. MAC, I feel like MAC really doesn't have a shade that matches me dead on. But when I do use MAC foundations, I find that NW43 works for me. And I also, in the powder, I think I was like a C7, a cool 7 in the MAC Studio Fix. Well, that's not my perspective on race. It's just my personal experience. Now, I can tell you my perspective on race, but I won't. I don't even like to talk about race these days because it's too much. It gives me a headache, which is why I like living here, because I don't really have to talk about race politics and all of this stuff. Like, it's not a perspective on race. It's just my life. I don't feel like I was ever discriminated against in the US. And if I was discriminated against, I didn't think, oh, they did that because I'm black, because I know I'm talented, I'm smart, and I know that racism could never stop me from being successful. That's the problem. If you think racism can stop you from being successful or walking in your purpose, well, that would be the problem. If somebody doesn't like black people, I really don't care. As a matter of fact, I'd rather you tell me you don't like black people. You know, tell me ahead of time. Tell me up front. That's fine. I don't really care. You know, it's not going to stop me from walking in my purpose. It hasn't stopped me from walking in my purpose. It hasn't stopped me from being successful. So I don't use race as a reason why I can't do things. And I don't automatically assume, if I'm dealing with someone that's a different race from me, that they are racist. That's not the first thing that I think about. Oh, they did that or they said that because they're racist. Like, that's not how I operate. So, you know, I think we just have to learn how to think for ourselves and not group think. I'm not a group thinker. And yeah, I don't let the fact that I'm a black woman stop me from doing anything. No one can stop me from doing anything because I'm God's child. You couldn't stop me from being successful if you tried. So I think black people just need to understand that. And if we stuck together a little more and supported each other a little more, we wouldn't be in the situations that we're in now, to be honest with you. But that's a whole other conversation. Somebody asked, what do you recommend as the essential makeup for everyday wear? Trying to start doing makeup, but want a simple routine. Okay, well, I love simple makeup, and unless I'm going out, I'll beat my face when I'm going out. But on an everyday, I like to use just a simple concealer. I like Maybelline concealer. Oh, okay, I'll have to try there. Thank you for the recommendation. I like MAC, what is it? Mineralized Skin Finish. I think that's a great product. And you can use any powder. It doesn't matter. So I like to use a concealer, then a powder over top, and then a misting spray. And that's really it. Sometimes I'll contour a little bit, or I'll use a little bit of highlighter, mascara, and that's like my everyday look. If I'm going out, like I said, I'll do more eyeshadow and things like that. But overall, I'm good with just a natural type of look. The next question, out of all the bloggers you follow, who's your favorite besides me? That's Melissa. No, seriously, who's one blogger that you can't wait to see their post come across your screen? Oh, that's hard. I don't love blogging as much as I used to. I don't, as far as like the people I follow, because it's just a very superficial world altogether. I don't know who is like my favorite blogger right now. I'm trying to look at my Instagram and think like who I'm feeling, like who's my favorite blogger. I can't say I have a favorite blogger, but there are definitely people that I respect and that I think do great work. Like I love you, Melissa. I like blogs about minimalism because I'm trying to learn how to live with less, which is very hard for me because I do like to shop. But I'm trying to learn how to shop for things that will last a lifetime, which is kind of why I've gotten into designer, because I know those things will last me a long time. So I just, in general, I like blogs about minimalism. I like blogs that are clean, that talk about minimal style, like basic style. I really love just simple style. So anybody who has a simple style and who has a simple lifestyle, I like. But I can't really point out like, oh, they're my favorite. It's like, I don't feel like I have a favorite blogger anymore. But Melissa, you are my favorite if you're watching. You are my favorite. I don't have a favorite blogger, but my favorite types of blogs are blogs about, like I said, minimalism, decluttering your life, not having too much stuff, not having too much clothes. I mean, it's nothing wrong with shop. Y'all know I love to shop and I love fashion, but I like to buy things that I love and that I feel are gonna last a long time unless I'm doing a collaboration. Like, you know, currently I'm only really collaborating with Shein. You know, they send me clothes every month. But other than Shein, I really don't collaborate a lot anymore, but just because I'm focusing on my business. And I will be doing maybe some sponsored posts in the future. And you know, I've done a lot of collaborations. I've had lots of success with my blog, but you know, I don't know. I don't really keep up with bloggers like that anymore. So just those type of blogs in general are what I like. The next question. Oh, of course. Yeah. Oh, of course. I know that even as a blogger, there are some institutions in place that do marginalize certain groups of people. But if those people want to be successful, that's not going to stop them. Because I've seen it over and over again, especially in the classroom. Students coming from abusive homes, poor neighborhoods, the students that got a mentor, that got somebody to help them, that just was shown love, they succeed. You know, they succeed. They go on to become educated and have high self-esteem. So I don't want to instill in our black kids that there's an institution that's going to keep them down. Like, I don't want to promote that type of thought process with youth. I want the youth to know that they can do anything that they want to do within reason, anything that you're good at, that you're talented at, and that you're willing to work hard for. And that's how I choose to live my life. How people choose to think and live their life, I don't really care. People can think how they want, live how they want. But anybody that comes around me, I'm always going to tell them, you can overcome any barriers. I mean, I'm fat. I have to overcome that barrier in society. People, when they look at you fat, when you're fat, they think you're lazy. You know, people think fat people, you know, might not be successful. Maybe people think fat people can't model. I've done all those things. So I think that, you know, you have to prove to yourself that nobody's going to hold you back. And just because a small part of society marginalizes a group of people, it doesn't mean that that's going to hold you back. Okay. How do you ask a brand that you prefer to get paid rather than just receiving free items? It's 12 a.m. here. Okay, so how do you ask a brand that you prefer to get paid rather than just receive free items? Well, you just tell them. Make sure you have your media kit as a blogger. Make sure you understand what makes your social media and your blog unique. And make sure you understand what you bring to the table that other bloggers may not bring to the table, and be able to articulate that and tell a brand, you know, and sometimes you can accept a free item, go over the top, go overboard for the brand, and then pitch to be paid the next time. You know, I always tell bloggers, you have to crawl before you walk. We all had to crawl before we walk. And as a minority blogger, a woman of color, we don't get the same pay as our counterparts. We don't get the same opportunities as our counterparts sometimes. So we have to always step it up and always make sure that we are presenting ourselves in a way that we can get the same opportunities as our counterparts get. And that's why I'm all for creating your own opportunities, creating your own streams of income. And that's kind of what Blog with Kim is all about. So if you're a blogger, an online business owner, make sure you follow Blog with Kim. I'll leave a link to that once I get out of this live. We have an Instagram. It's called Blog with Kim. Follow us over there. I'm Naturally Fashionable on Instagram. That's my fashion and lifestyle brand. And then I also have a blog with blog critiques. We have consultation services. We can help you with your Instagram strategy. We can help you with developing an idea for your business. We can help you with all of that. So that's blogwithkim.com, and you can find us over there. But yeah, for you at what is it Nika? What Nika wore? Am I saying that? Let me know, girl, in the on Instagram if I pronounce your name right. Is it what Nika wore? Yeah, just tell them you want to be paid. Make sure you have a media kit. You have a good pitch. You have an idea for how you want to collaborate. And then sometimes you can just collaborate for free the first time, do an awesome job, and then pitch back to the brand and show them your results. But, you know, that's a loaded question. I have a lot I could say about that. Okay, the last question on my Instagram page is, what advice would you give to younger women who follow you and is inspired by you as well as your marriage? Okay, so I think the best advice I can give you, I kind of already said in this live, is that don't let anything hold you back from reaching your dreams. Not your skin color, not your size, not your sex, not what people say, even your own doubts that you have about yourself. Don't let those things hold you back from going back to school or pursuing your degree or starting a blog or starting an online business or developing another stream of income. Don't let what people think about you alter your success. Yeah, I bet it is. Yeah, it is. So my biggest piece of advice that I could give to young women is continue learning, continue growing, praying, reading self-help books, developing a relationship with God, getting off social media sometimes, not looking to people that you shouldn't be looking up to. It's weird how people look up to people in this world that they really probably shouldn't be looking up to. The people who people look up to is very strange to me. Find positive role models, women in your life that you can have conversations with when you're depressed, when you're down, when you have anxiety. Get help if you need help. I think I'm about to collaborate with a brand who does therapy online, because I think a lot of people need therapy in this world and they're not getting it. And some people really need help. We need someone to talk to go through all the hurts and pains that we've been through in our life. You know, people have been sexually abused, verbally abused, mentally abused, bullied. People are carrying a lot of, hurt in their hearts. And sometimes you need help with that to overcome the things that you've gone through in your life. So I would tell any young girl, keep growing, keep learning, surround yourself around positive people. As far as relationship, I've been married for 12 years, going on 13 years in June. And I've had a wonderful marriage. We've had, our struggles like any other couple, but overall, we've had we continue to have a very wonderful marriage. And I think it's because, one, we're friends. Well, no. One, we put God as the head of our relationship. We know we made this commitment with each other, but we also made it with God. So we put God at the head of our relationship. We respect each other. And if we do disrespect each other, we come back, we apologize. We always are thinking of each other. We're friends. And we just try to get along. We make an effort to get along. And the thing about a marriage is both people have to actively participate. And both people have to try. And so I think when it comes to marriage, don't rush into marriage. Make sure you know who you're dating. We met in college. So yeah, we met when we were in college. Like probably my last year of college we met. So yeah, that's my advice about relationships. Use your discernment when you're dating. If you know somebody's a cheater, if you know somebody doesn't treat you right, If you know somebody does weird things and you're just overlooking them, don't do that. Make sure you get to know who you're dating. And that would be my advice for dating. All right, that's all of the questions. Yes, I hope so. I hope God blesses us with many more years of marriage, because my husband is a great guy. He really is. I mean, we both have our ways, and, you know, we have times where we bump heads like everybody else, but overall, we have a very peaceful relationship, and loyalty is so important to me. I'm about loyalty. Even in my friendships, I'm all about loyalty. So yeah, that's it, you guys. I am done answering the questions. If you have any questions that you want to ask me for a future live Q&A, you can leave them below, and I'll go back and I'll look at them, because I think we can see the live chat questions after the fact now. And yeah, I think that's it. Thank you so much for joining, and I will see you next time for a live Q&A.